What does it look like when a daughter no longer waits for her father to love her, and instead chooses herself? And just like that, she knew this was never about her. It was about every silenced voice, every unloved daughter, every story left untold. The reality series Sister Wives documents the life of Kody Brown, his 4 wives, and their 18 children as they try to live in a world that doesn't usually approve of polygamy. While the series started with all of the marriages still going strong, a lot of them have not survived the years. Some of their kids included their deceased son, Garrison. Kody and Janelle have 5 children together, and their son Garrison tragically took his own life in March 2024 when he was only 25 years old. The family found it particularly hard to accept his death, considering that their lives have been aired on reality TV. In the most recent episode, the family reflected on the day they were informed about the shattering news. Kody also made a heart-wrenching admission during this episode. Following the passing of Garrison Brown, Kody opened up in a very emotional moment during the latest Sister Wives episode. The May 4th episode went deep into the tragic loss of Kody and Janelle's son, following TLC's confirmation that the subject would be discussed in more detail. Garrison died at his Flagstaff, Arizona home. Prior to his death, Kody and Garrison were having problems in their relationship, and Kody looked back on those problems after his son died. "It wasn't going to go down like this, you know," Kody informed his wife Robin. "It's devastating, and I didn't get that chance to make things right. I didn't get to say goodbye." He went on, "I don't even know how to handle his death. I feel like I need to do something differently because there may have been more time. I thought there would be." Later in the episode, Kody expressed more of his sadness over the loss of Garrison. "People keep saying don't get hung up on the what-ifs," he explained, "but that's just the process for me. I am going to what-if myself to death." Had I called him? Had we stayed in touch more? Had we spent more time together? Kody asked. Making the what-ifs provides me with this sense that I am still with him. How do I move on? How do I get on with each birthday and each holiday? He asked, grappling with the agonizing reality. In his discussion with Robin, Kody had a very emotional confession. All the anger I had about everything with COVID and all of that, suddenly, it just didn't matter anymore. It all felt so unimportant. I'm just heartbroken. Heartbroken over what could have been. Janelle also explained her side, remembering that she had been texting Garrison the entire day before he died. Some other relatives recollected the instant they learned he had died. In her candid interview, Janelle stated, "This wasn't unusual. Garrison and I would typically speak 2 or 3 times a day. I think he needed that. I know he was calling his brothers too." She told him she sensed that something was wrong that evening. He ceased responding at about 8:30 p.m. I was in bed. I knew he was having a tough time. I always answered the phone, always found time to hear from him. It never was about anything deep, just being there. Janelle continued, "I knew he had been drinking again. He had these times where he'd be doing great, and then he'd just binge. It was just part of his cycle, I think." Alarmed, she contacted her other sons. "I texted Logan and Hunter. We've always tag-teamed in situations like that. I texted them, 'Can you guys see if you can try to reach out to Garrison?' They said, 'Mom, don't worry, we're on it. We'll check on him, see if he's okay.' So I went to bed. And then there was the phone call that broke everything. Gabriel called me and said, 'Mom, he's gone.' And I just, what? I didn't know. He wasn't even a drinking kid. He never even cared for it, not even the flavor." It was after the COVID years, Janelle says, that Garrison began drinking more. Something changed in the last year. It just consumed him. She emphasized that the family did all they could. "We gave him love, support, help, every resource we had. I don't know what was different that night. He'd had other nights like that. He'd drink, go quiet, and be back the next morning. I don't know. I just don't know what changed this time. A year after his death, Janelle memorialized Garrison on social media. For Sister Wives viewers, it's hard to think a whole year has passed since the loss of Garrison. His death created a lasting pain in the family. On that profoundly sad anniversary, it was Janelle who posted the first genuine tribute to her son. Janelle posted a moving message on social media, taking to Twitter the words, "To the stars, Bowen, to the stars," accompanied by a moving photograph of Garrison cuddling his cat. The words are from the 1996 film Dragonheart, which was Garrison's favorite movie. The words describe a soul going up into the heavens and becoming a constellation. Though my life is crazy, you are always on my mind, especially at those quiet times, Janelle had written. Baby, it's been 1 year. We all miss you so much. I miss you so much, she had added sorrowfully. Janelle discussed how often she continues to think about her son and urged her followers to consider making a donation to a nearby animal shelter or rescue group, causes that were near and dear to Garrison's heart. He took all 3 of his cats from shelters, she added. She ended her message by providing help to those who might be in distress. If you're in crisis, please reach out. You can text TALK to 741741 or call, text, or chat with the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988. Janelle was not alone in publicly celebrating Garrison's life. Soon after her post, Christine Brown and Mary Brown also issued their own heartfelt posts on social media. A number of Garrison's siblings, such as Peyton Brown, Maddie Brush, Leon Brown, and Savannah Brown, participated in remembering him. Savannah reposted her mom's post on her Instagram stories as a tribute to her deceased brother. Christine posted a series of tender photos of Garrison in a memorial post. I came across an old video of Garrison assisting me with my move. I have probably watched it 100 times. Every memory, every picture, every video, every joke is so much richer now. My heart hurts for him, she captioned. I really, really miss him. It's still difficult to believe he's been gone 1 whole year. Mary shared 2 photographs of Garrison, one as a child and one as an adult. She wrote in the post, "A year ago, forever loved, always missed. Dear Garrison." Maddie also memorialized her brother with a series of photographs of the 2 of them together. 365 full days without you, she posted. Every single day, Garrison, I miss you more. During the peaceful intervals between life's incessant movement, Janelle Brown finds herself reminiscing about her son, Garrison. I pray and hope you found the comfort, rest, and serenity you were searching for, she wrote in a poignant eulogy. Her sentiments resonate the pain and abiding love she keeps in her heart. The rest of the Brown family members also went online to pay tribute to Garrison's memory. Peyton Brown left a comment on Maddie's post, saying, "Until we meet again, little brother." He also reposted some family tributes regarding Garrison on his Instagram stories, inserting the same loving line, "Until we meet again." Leon Brown, Garrison's half-brother and Mary and Kody's child, shared a very emotional message. I miss you more every day, they wrote with a selfie of Garrison. Christine's daughter, Mykelti Brown, showed her sorrow by reposting Janelle's message with the words, "Love you forever, bro." She commented, "It doesn't get easier, it just gets longer." After that, Mykelti posted a picture of her and Garrison, commenting, "It's been a year without you, little bro." Amidst her sadness, Janelle Brown has undergone a transformation on the personal level. Since she left Kody Brown in 2022, she has had a profound emotional and physical transformation. Having been once involved in a plural marriage, Janelle entered into the union with dreams of creating a large, loving family. She and Kody shared 6 children: Logan, born 1994, Madison, born 1995, Hunter, born 1997, Garrison, born 1998, Gabriel, born 2001, and Savannah, born 2007, 2004. Over the years, Janelle dedicated herself to being a wife and mother, taking on so much to keep the family together. But she was never acknowledged for her efforts. When the COVID-19 pandemic happened, things got more tense when Kody imposed harsh rules and insisted on pushing their elder sons, Garrison and Gabriel, out of the house. Janelle felt undervalued and controlled as she wondered about their relationship. Drawing inspiration from Christine Brown's move away from her marriage, Janelle too decided to exit Kody. She had formally parted ways with him by the end of 2022. Post-separation, Janelle focused on her well-being. She moved from Flagstaff to North Carolina and bought a large plot of land, upon which she began afresh, even calling herself a hot mess at the time of transition. Janelle has accepted her process. The changes she has undergone in the last few years have galvanized people's support. The light within her today is brighter than ever, testament to her strength and resilience. With immense personal loss, Janelle Brown has been resilient, strong, and committed with a loving heart towards her physical and emotional healing. Since her separation from Kody Brown in 2022, the Sister Wives celebrity has experienced an overwhelming transformation. Little bit of a hot mess, but today's workout was the beginning of the garden, she captioned it, taking pride in her progress. She also posted a valuable insight into her workout routine. The best workout you can get, and I wasn't charged for it, she joked. Now living in North Carolina, Janelle has welcomed wholeheartedly to farm life. Her aspiration: to design a serene, healing haven where she, her animals, and her business can prosper. Permit delays notwithstanding, Janelle is optimistic. She has sat waiting for government approvals for the past 9 months, but she is content in her new surroundings and ready to proceed. Janelle's weight loss process has been a long and arduous one, with personal struggles and emotional tension. Decades of growing up in a big, sometimes tumultuous household with Kody, and having to contend with endless family drama, affected her health and made her weight yo-yo. In 2013, she debuted a YouTube miniseries aimed at upgrading her lifestyle. Janelle has slowly added weight loss vitamins, Pilates, and most recently, a North Carolina-based personal trainer to her health regimen ever since. Even in the wake of having suffered the devastating loss of her son Garrison in early 2024, Janelle has demonstrated remarkable resilience. She's maintained an emphasis on health and emotional healing, while honoring Garrison's legacy through everyday activities. She usually thinks about him in moments of silence and urges others to get involved in causes near and dear to his heart, such as animal shelters and rescues, where Garrison got all 3 of his cats. Janelle's resolution for 2025 is easy but forceful: to lead a calmer, more rewarding life. She has gradually gotten away from toxic relationships, redefined her daily routines, and cleared room for healing. By accepting solitude, fitness, and self-care, Janelle is penning a new chapter. In every step of this process, her love for Garrison stays near and dear to her heart, driving her towards living her best possible life in his memory. If she wanted affection or attention, she would have to fight for it. And she did, through good grades, home help, and passivity. But no amount of effort could bring her the warm, paternal presence she craved. She practiced concealing her disappointment, smiling when he passed by her without acknowledging her, and pretending not to feel a sting when he broke plans or missed milestones. With the passage of time, the need for validation became quieter. The teenage years were characterized by increasing independence, not as a rebellion, but as a matter of needs. Her mother, sensitive, caring, and always there, was the hub of her emotional life. She gave up on the hope of changing her father. She gave up waiting for him to appear. And that is when the true healing started. As she matured into adulthood, the scars of her father's absence didn't fade, but they influenced her. They instructed her on what type of woman she didn't want to become. She drenched her siblings, her job, her little rituals that brought life in and made it hers, and hers, alone in love. And when her mother finally got up and chose herself, walked away from a man who had lost the ability to love even, it was as if a silent revolution happened. A legacy of silence was shattered by one choice: to choose peace over performance. This wasn't a tale of a strained father-daughter relationship. It became a tale of rediscovery, of learning that worth doesn't correlate with another person's potential to see it. Her weight loss wasn't merely physical, it was emotional. She was losing decades of emotional baggage, loss, and unseen attempts at winning someone's love. Now, she's not waiting for anyone to arrive at her doorstep. She arrives at her own. In the stillness of her new garden, in the beat of her exercise routine, in the power she discovers alone, she is healing. Not despite her past, but because of it. Appeared to understand, perhaps too belatedly, that time had passed him by. The children he'd cradled in his arms grew up to possess toughened memories and wary hearts. His voice, softer now, was missing the gravity of presence. It arrived in echoes, too weak, too late to repair the years he'd lost. She remained unconvinced by the gestures, not out of resentment, but frankness. A text message after a funeral could never do justice to the birthdays alone, the sobs dried by siblings and a relentless mother. Yet she did not repel the efforts entirely. She replied when she was ready to, if at all. Forgiveness, she had realized, did not necessarily need reconciliation. Her recovery wasn't dependent on his change. It was in her own development, in the boundaries she established, the honesty she spoke, and the hurt she worked through. It was in the gentle way she now nurtured herself, giving the love and forbearance she once sought from him. Others would not get why she does not receive him back with open arms. But she knows that healing is not always loud. Sometimes it is deciding on peace and not chaos, silence and not forced talk, and self-respect, and not undeserved second chances. And so, her story stays open, not because it lacks one, but because some stories do not require one to be finished. She felt remorse, his desire to make things right. But over time, she came to feel something that didn't sit right with her. It wasn't quite genuine regret, not the kind that alters individuals. Perhaps it was guilt. Perhaps it was simply the unease of having to confront repercussions. A few of her texts went unanswered. His responses, when they arrived, were short and tentative. She hesitated before answering. She was on guard now, guarding. Without him, her life had expanded. She had discovered tranquility in the collective suffering of her siblings, resilience in the unshakable love of her mother, and empowerment in voicing her truth. And although he made overtures, it was uncertain she wished to open the door once more. Forgiveness, when it arrived, would be on her terms, measured, gradual, and won through action, not words. She had become the kind of person her younger self would look up to, tough, quick, and unflinchingly truthful. He still had the time to change, to apologize. Time, however, was not sufficient. What she required, what every kid needs, is honesty. Honesty. And she had not seen that yet, so she continued moving ahead, silently, in the space she created for herself, away from the cameras and the din that once enveloped their lives, not because of resentment, but with borders, not out of hatred, but with clarity. Because not all tales end with a hug. Some tales remain open. They carry on by way of the lessons they impart, by way of the truths they expose, and by the fortitude of a daughter who discovered love for herself when her father could not offer it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more updates every day.